is on Ruby Bridges. On September 8, 1954, Ruby Bridges was born. She was born in Mississippi. She was the oldest child in the family, and she had 2 younger brothers and 1 younger sister. And they were very, very poor. Then later she moved to Louisiana. Then she moved to Louisiana and New Orleans in 1958, so her mom and dad could have better jobs. Then, when Ruby was in kindergarten, they were going to have a few children go to white schools, and Ruby was one of those kids. 3 of them went to a different school, and she was the only one who went to William France Elementary School. And when she went to school, she had 4 guards called marshals who walked her into the school because there was a big crowd yelling at them and throwing eggs and held up mean signs. Then one day, when Ruby was going to school through the crowd, her teacher looked through the window like always, and she saw Ruby moving her mouth. Then when Ruby went into her classroom, her teacher asked if she was talking to the crowd, and Ruby said no. She said that she was praying. Every day she would pray for the crowd because they were yelling and saying all kinds of mean stuff. And she would always pray in the car while she was going to school. And then she forgot that day, so she had to pray while she was in the crowd. And when Ruby went back to school in 2nd grade, more kids, a few other white kids and black children went to the school, and her teacher, Mrs. Henry, wasn't there. Then, when she grew up, Ruby saw her teacher, Mrs. Henry, and she's still alive, and she started the Ruby Foundation to help all kids have an equal chance to reach their hopes and dreams for the future.
Great.
What's that? And this is a picture of, these are 3 of the marshals and her walking.
So can you guys imagine having police officers, marshals, walk you to school because it was that unsafe for you to go to school? Look how little she is. Show a picture of her. Can you believe all these adults were being mean to Ruby? Look, show Emily so they can see kind of over there. All right. That's how scary it was. People were throwing, you said, eggs at her? Oh, my.
Can you pass the picture for us?
Yeah, we'll pass them around in a little bit.
And this is the crowd, and there's somebody holding a black kid in a coffin.
Oh, a black child in a coffin. Wouldn't that be scary to you if someone had a picture of you in a coffin? A coffin's what you bury people in.
And this is Mrs. Henry and Ruby
It's her and her teacher.
at school, and Ruby wrote this.
Oh,
And
it's pretty neat.
this is other kids that finally went to it.
Why don't you, Mary, will you show everyone a little? There you go. Those are her classmates.
And that's Ruby.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Ruby, that is her teacher, Mrs. Henry. This is Ruby and Mrs. Henry when they grew up. And this is Mrs. Henry and Ruby. And this is a famous, this is George Ford, the famous illustrator of the story of Ruby Bridges. And that's the picture that he drew.
Great.
Well, this is a famous artist. The famous honest Norman Rockwell drew this painting.
Thank you. What else? Do you have a couple more things?
And my mom told me to make a sign.
I like that. Show that. Y'all, this is kind of, show your sign. Now this is kind of like what the signs looked like that Ruby had to face every day. You want to read it?
No black kids at white schools. Black stay out.
And that's really what people did. They really made those signs. Kids your age made those signs. And then your people your parents' age and grandparents' age made those signs. Everybody was making these signs to keep this little girl out.
And
Some eggs to show. That was fantastic. I love those props, Mary. Let's give Mary a round of applause. That was great.